Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Budgeting Around the World, where we talk all things travel and budgeting. So I'm on a cruise and I left my camera because I'm new to this and not true to this. So we're gonna do this a little different this week. So this week's topic for Money Monday is what is a budget? And I use a Mythbusters process to do this because I hear a lot of what a budget is that I just don't agree with. So let's get into it. So a budget myth. A budget is limiting. No, not really. My budget actually allows me to do everything that I want to do. My budget is how I know that I'll have the time and the money in the right time. I'll have the money in the right time to do things that I want and need to do. So my budget is extremely not limiting. If anything, it's very freeing because I can see it all laid out in one place. The sticking to a budget requires you to keep track of every single dollar. Also a myth. I don't use that method. There are budgets that do require you to keep track of every single dollar. That is one way of budgeting, but not all of them do. So if you watch my video, 11 accounts, why I have 11 bank accounts, that's why. I don't keep track of every single dollar. I set larger budgets for like travel or personal expenses or gas and groceries, and whatever's in that account is what I use, and whatever's left is what's left, and once it hits zero, I'm done. And so I don't have to keep track of every single dollar. I don't need to remember that I spent $5 on a water and a candy bar at the grocery store, because I know what I need to know is how much I have left to spend on groceries for that month or for that week or until I get more money in that account, and I can see that with my bank account. I hear a lot that I don't make enough money to budget. I don't have any money to figure out where it goes. There is some truth to that. But not really. So there's truth to that in that budgeting is not your only solution. If you are living a lifestyle that is not conducive to the amount of money that you make, adjustments will have to be made, regardless of how magical your budgeting is. A dollar is a dollar. But you still need to know where your money is going and where you want it to go. And that's where the budget comes in, where it's not really gonna change your situation, but it lets you see your situation, lets you see where your money is, where it isn't, and where it needs to be. That I cannot change my budget. Once I set my budget, that's it. Says who? That's not true. You can change your budget. I wouldn't say change it every month or every week or every however to fit like what you want it to be that week. But once a quarter, a couple times a year, every year at the end of the year, it makes complete sense to change your budget. Once you met a goal or a milestone or something happens, if you get a salary increase or decrease, you need to adjust your budget. If you pay off something, you paid off all your debts and now you don't have those looming over your head, you need to adjust your budget. So yes, you can change it. It is a living document. Every single time you get paid, you're going to make adjustments. You're going to see, hey, I actually have a couple dollars left over from last month, so let me move that into this month. And do I want to put it towards the same thing, or do I want it to go towards something else? Those are decisions you're going to have to make, and that's your budget changing. It's constantly changing and evolving with you. And I don't make enough to have a budget. This is kind of the same if I don't have enough. It tells you where your money is going. And a lot of times what I found is a lot of people make enough if they adjust their spending habits. A lot of people don't. A lot of people need additional income, need to do a side hustle, maybe need to change careers. But there are a bunch of y'all out here, a bunch of me out here, who if you just, stop going to brunch every week, that's $200 a month. In DC region, at least. So there are adjustments that could be made in your lifestyle that could potentially lead to you having more money than you think you have, but you don't know where your money is going because you're not keeping track of it because you don't have a budget. So we can adjust that. We can get some budgets rocking. And then lastly, being on a budget means that I can't do anything fun. People love to say like, I can't do that. I'm on a budget. Being on a budget is what allows me to do all the fun things that I want to do with my life. My budget, I include my fun in my budget. I include my travel. I include whatever it is that I want to do, whatever my goals and my things, my goals for the year, my goals for the quarter, my goals for the month. I include that in my budget. I have a budget specifically for just whatever. And that budget typically goes towards brunch and shopping. It's not a lot of money, but I give myself that space. I also have a budget specifically for travel because I love to see the world. I love to get up and just disappear on the weekend because I can. But I can because I budget. So a budget doesn't have to limit you from doing what you want to do, assuming that you're living within your means. So maybe your lifestyle is preventing you from doing what you want to do and not your budget. But your budget will allow you to see all those things and you can make adjustments as needed. So friends, that is our Money Monday today. I wish you all the best. Keep watching for more content like this, and I will be back every single Monday, even if I'm on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean. See you next week.